Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this one we're going to discuss tip versus form. So in the video I uploaded with these nails, I discussed and asked if anybody would like to see a video of how you can mimic the shape of a form by using a tip. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to have straight walled tips. That's very important. I don't know if you can really see this, but let me see if we can put it. Yeah, that's better. You see how this is straight walled. There's no curve to it, nothing. Okay, so that means when you put it on your nail, it goes straight out. Okay, you see that? It's hard because I have acrylics on, so it's not gonna flush completely to my nail, but you get the general idea. Now, when you do this, you're going to want to buff the nail, and I am not going to link this practice hand into the description box because I don't recommend it. I really want to buy a red iguana hand, and I just don't have the money to spend $200 on a practice hand right now. So that will come. But this is just glue I've gotten from Walmart. The glue that I used from Sally's was actually sold out, so I just grabbed this, and it works decently well. This hand, I want to let this dry for a little bit so that I don't have to hold this down. And I've buffed with my sanding band. I've buffed the surface of this to try and get this to stick better, because a lot of times people complain that they can't really stick a tip onto here, and these hands are not flexible. They don't move well at all. So I've already sized up the tip, and you do want to go bigger than what the actual nail bed is with this, so that way over time, if you use a tip that's sized too small, if you press it down and flatten it out and all of that stuff, yeah, you're going to get it to stick, but it's also going to end up bending back to its natural shape, and your nails are going to lift. So it's better for you to go a size up than rather a size down. And you can always file it, like I said. So we're going to, it's pretty good on there, but I'm going to give that a couple of seconds to go ahead and set better. And I'm going to discuss with you guys where I got these forms. They are on Amazon, and I think they're called like a fish type form. Obviously they kind of look like a fish fin, but I love these forms. They work well. They're very sticky, and they just overall provide a good shape. As you can see, they're meant for stiletto or coffin shaped. They have the lines already for you to as a general guide, and then also the numbers so that way you're making equal size nails every time. So what I do with this is I actually peel it off, okay? And I take the tab off of the back, and I place it on the back of here for stability. It makes it a little easier. Then what you do is you want to roll it between your two hands, and you want to keep all of this non-attached, but you do want to line up your end tab. Now what this is going to do is it's going to help create your shape. Now so far I have this bent down, and this is all still opened. So what you want to do, now this is going to be like kind of hard. You know what, let's do this finger, because this hand is bent up like you would, banged up like you would not believe. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is line up your form the best that you can. And this is also going to be hard for the simple fact of there is no free edge to butt this up underneath. Once you have your form in place, okay, you're going to want to close your remaining tabs. And this will give you a nice, slender nail. If you need to, you can open this part up back here, and I do it just because it's added stability for this type of nail or this type of mannequin hand, because they honestly suck. Okay, so let's see. Make sure that's straight. It goes out straight. And that is how you place a form. So I don't, you know what, just for the purposes of this video, I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave this tip the length that it is. And we're going to go ahead, I'm going to take a file real quick and just file in this sidewall just a little bit so that it's all even. Okay. And ever so gently do it again on this side because I don't want this to pop off. I'm not kidding when I say this mannequin hand sucks, guys. Okay, and then blend the tip just a little bit. Okay, now I'm gonna take my little manicure brush, go downward, and get rid of all that excess dust. Now that I have that done, I'm gonna go ahead and form this nail. You know what, I think I am gonna clip it, just so that way we have a coffin shape so I can show you the true ability of making a C curve with this type of nail. So I'm just going to clip the end. Okay. File that just a little bit. Okay, now what I want to show you is, see if I can bend this. Okay, do you see how straight almost this is? It doesn't have much of a curve in it. Sound a little better. Okay, now to mimic the form, the shape that you get from a form, I want you to pinch very gently the tip of the tip. Okay, now you can see that it gives you a much more rounder C curve doing it like this. And you're ready for acrylic application. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a couple of beads onto this, and I'm just going to use clear acrylic, not anything special. And sculpt out my nail. I just realized when I was doing those practice nails, those tips the other day, that I didn't clean out my brush very good. So I have some acrylic stuck in here and it's going to make it for a pain, but that should be it. I can make another video out of that, how to remove dried acrylic out of your brushes. Now, if you were going to do a clear nail, you would need to file underneath this so that you don't see that harsh line. So you would need to build up the acrylic in a sense on the top so that you can get rid of this line that is produced from you squeezing the form or the tip. Oh, this hand is such a pain, guys, but I promised this video and I didn't want to take my nails off just to do this. So this is what we're going to compromise with. Okay, now, sorry guys, I have to get myself comfortable. Now we're going to try and match up the best I can. And it looks like we're gonna go just below the 1.5 line to match up the sizes. So I'm gonna tilt this finger down. Okay, and I'm going to form out, first I'm going to form out my free edge so that way I have that started. I'm gonna take a relatively small bead since these are such tiny, tiny, tiny nail beds. I'm going to bleed the back out, just push it down on the end of a paper towel, and then attach it to the free edge portion of this form. Blend it back so that it attaches to the nail. And then we're going to work our bead downward. Move up our free or our side walls. And keep bringing it down. Okay, now that I have that built out, I'm going to check on this nail and give it one more little pinch, as long as it's dry enough. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to this one, grab another smallish bead of acrylic, do the same thing, drain out the back of it, and apply it toward my cuticle area. And then blend that down as well. You guys, I use a size 12 brush. You see it in every video. And I really do recommend this brush. I've had it for several months. I want to say 6 months. And like I said, I have gotten acrylic clogged in it before because I wasn't paying attention, or, you know, my kids got my attention and I walked away and I didn't clean the brush out properly. And I've been able to soak my brush in monomer. Please do not ever use acetone. It is not good for the hairs of the brush. It dries them out and it leads to fallout. What you want to do is soak it in monomer for a couple of hours, standing straight up in the monomer and not touching the bottom so you don't disrupt the shape of the brush at all. And then you gently tease out the monomer once it becomes softer. Okay, now this one, it's not thick enough to my liking, so I am going to add a little bit of more acrylic to this. Same thing, bleed out the back of my brush. Try not to drop the acrylic along the way. And then leave most of your product where your apex is supposed to go and just blend that very front bit. And then blend that back a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these fully dry. But with this, I will do the same thing I did with this and take my fingers once it's dry enough and I will pinch. Okay, so now this is set up. I've given it a little pinch. I've pinched this one a little bit. I'm going to remove this form. And it's always easier said than done because, oh no, it's gonna come off pretty easy. Now, if done properly, you just pinch this and it pulls right away. And you have your nail without a tip. Now these, I guess if you wanna do, I don't know, I've heard of people reusing them, but let me show you real quick. Let me grab them out. These come in a roll of like 300. And doing somebody's nails with these takes me longer than with a tip. But if somebody requests it, then I absolutely 100% will do forms. But honestly, a lot of people don't know about forms unless they've actually had them. So most people are just fine with tips. So filing. This is a 100-180 grit file. I'm going to use the 100 grit file. The lower the number, the coarser the file is. And you want something with a coarse grit so that you can get your nice, sharp, crisp lines. So what I do first, this thing is really gonna test my patience. What I do first is I define my shape. I will go around my side walls, my free edge, and up around the cuticle area. I will whip over real quick. And then I will do the rest of the body of the nail. Most of the time I use an e-file, but this is a mannequin hand, so we don't really need to use an e-file. Okay, I will go underneath just to make sure that it is even on both sides. Check. Hold underneath so that when you're doing somebody's nails, you don't actually hurt them. And this is where people who do nails, they destroy their nails and they always look like crap. Because I constantly file my nails, which is why I really started wearing gloves the entire service of doing somebody's nails. Because I'm honestly tired of destroying mine. Let's take some acetone and give that a quick wipe so I can see where I am structurally wise with this nail. Okay, now remember I told you you would still see this line from bending the curve. If you are going to do a clear nail, like I said, feel free to take a bit for your e-file and go ahead and file that out. But since I'm not, I'm just gonna polish this. You know what? I'll do it just for video purposes. This is the bit I normally use, not for the underside of the nail, but it removes bulk so easy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go underneath this nail real quick and give it a quick file. And it won't remove it all the way, but it'll make it a little better. Okay, let's go ahead and remove some of that dust. Okay, and then what I do is I look at the nail from this angle, from your client's angle, your person you're doing, and I will even out the free edge this way so that it is completely straight. Now I'm gonna go ahead and file this one off camera because you guys don't need to see it twice, and I'll be back. Okay, so now that I have both of these filed, I'm gonna take a little individual buffing block. I buy these on Amazon so that way they're one and done. I do somebody's nails, I buff, I throw it away. Same thing with this one, lightly buff. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe over with acetone one more time to get rid of all the dust. Do the underside real quick. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and plug my lamp in. And I'm going to go ahead and paint these real quick for you guys. And I'm going to use a color that I haven't used on anybody else so I could show it off. I absolutely love this color. It's number 203 from iGel Beauty, and it is called Appletini. So let's go ahead and paint these real quick. Oh, the sand is so hard to work with. Like I can't even balance my pinky because it's so hard to maneuver or manipulate this hand. So we're gonna get what we get when I paint these. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the lamp for 30 seconds and then I'll be back. Okay, that's one coat. Let's do one more. And let me grab a little white because I got it on the sidewall of this one. Oh, and I get these at Sally's. They're like the best thing ever. They're makeup remover little cotton pads, and they work awesome for getting in the cuticle area of nails. Okay, pop that in the lamp, 30 more seconds. All right, now that we have that out of the lamp, I'm going to take my No Cleanse top coat and apply a layer of top coat on both of these, and same thing, cure for 30 seconds. Okay, everybody, now that they're cured, this is what they look like afterwards. Oh, these things are so hard to move. Nice slender nail. And let me see if I can move them this way so you can see the C curve you have in both of them. And overall, they generally look the same. So I hope that these tips and little tricks helped you guys in doing, you know, if you don't have forms and you want to create that nice C curve. And also, the more of a curve that you want, the more you're going to pinch the nail. I don't like them to be like, you know, like a full on letter C. This is fine for me. So when I do my tips, that's how I do it. These look like trash because they have acetone and because of work. But yeah, that's basically it. If you guys would like to know any more tips or tricks that I have, or if I can give you guys advice on anything else, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section down below. And I will be happy to answer anything. Until next time, as always, if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe and give this video a like. I'd really appreciate it. And until next time, take care and bye-bye.